Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how I do my eyebrows two different ways. So if you want to see that, then stay tuned. Okay, to start off, I just tweeze any stray hairs below my brow, even above if there's a lot of stray hairs going on. I also hit up the unibrow area. We don't want anything growing over there. And then I move on to trimming. Not everybody has to do this. I have to because my eyebrow hairs are pretty long and coarse, I guess. So I just brush them upwards and then taking some eyebrow or cosmetic scissors, I just trim them. Anything that grows longer than where I want my eyebrows to sit, then I just trim them. If I let them grow for a little bit, they can get pretty crazy. So you don't do this if you don't have to, but if you kind of have some crazy flyaways or anything like that, go ahead and trim them up. Okay, so the first method I'm going to show you is using a powder. Powder isn't for everybody. If you don't have many eyebrow hairs, I would stick to using a pencil because the powder sticks to the hair. It won't really stay on if it's just being applied to skin. So I'm just showing you here a bunch of different colors. If you're blonde, obviously go for lighter colors. If you're a redhead, you can mix in some of the redder tones with some brown, and that will work really well. You might have to try out a few different products and colors before you find the one that works best for you. And if you have sparse brows but you want to try using a powder, I would pick up an eyebrow wax, and you apply the wax first, and that gives something for the shadow to stick to. So I'm using this brown color called Taupe in the Lorac Pro palette on an angled brush, and I am just gonna follow exactly where my eyebrow hairs are, and I'm just placing it right on top. Light strokes, really blending it out for a really natural look. So as you can see, I like to really define that bottom part of the bulk of my brow right there. I like it pretty defined down there, and brush upwards, just really blending. And then I brush my hairs down at the top just so that it kind of gets the hair out of the way so I can really kind of carve out the top of the brow. So I like to keep the very front of my brow really blended and natural because the softer it looks towards your nose, the less artificial it will look. So try not to have any harsh lines towards that front part of your brow. So I just do small strokes until it's as filled in as I want. And then I pick up this darker, it's barely darker, called Sable. It's another brown color from that Pro palette. And using a little bit of a darker color on the tail is a lot more natural because keeping it lighter towards the inner part is a lot less harsh, and I just think it looks a little bit better. So I'm just applying that on the tail, really working it in, because the more that you work that product into your eyebrow hairs and even into the skin underneath, the longer the product will last. And that is all I really do when I use a powder. And on my other eyebrow, I'm going to show you how I do it when I use a pencil. And this is the Anastasia Brow Wiz in soft brown. And of course, I always brush out my hairs first. And then really soft and short and quick little strokes. This pencil is a super fine point, so it's really great for mimicking actual brow hairs. And basically the same thing I do with powder. I just follow my exact shape of the brow. If you, again, don't really have that many brow hairs to work with and you have to draw a different shape maybe, or you don't like the shape that your brows naturally grow in, then a pencil is great for that because it really sticks to the skin, and you can draw in little hairs where you don't actually have them. I noticed that when I use pencils, my eyebrows stay pretty intense for a lot longer because of the waxiness. So now I'm switching it up to just a regular eyebrow pencil that most people will probably have. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill that in the same way. I lay it on its side for a softer look, and then I go straight on when I want a darker, more intense color payoff. And same thing, little strokes, really natural, and I always blend it out. So I would never use the two different pencils. I just wanted to show you both options. And then I always set my brows with a brow gel when I use powder or a pencil, just because I need to keep my brow hairs in place. And this is just a clear brow gel. You can use a clear mascara. Anything will work. And it also helps blend out the product. So that is both eyebrows done. Now, this is something I only do on maybe nights out or when I want to really put time and effort into it. I just take some concealer on a small brush and I trace around my eyebrows. It really helps the eyebrows pop and they stand out a lot more. They look a lot more precise. I just clean up the edges and then I blend it out with my finger. So if you find that your brows aren't as bold or intense as you might want them, try doing this concealer trick and it really does help make them pop. So you see me do this all the time. I just grab a cream or even a white eyeshadow and I pop that right underneath my eyebrow. It really lifts it and highlights that area, and I just love the way that it looks. So these are my eyebrows done. Two different ways. They look pretty similar. One is, the pencil is a little bit quicker obviously, but so just remember, if you have pretty sparse brows, I would try using a brow wax and then using a brow powder over that, or just stick with a pencil. And if you don't want to take the time to trace around all your eyebrow with concealer, you can use a nude eyeliner. This is from Rimmel, and that just basically does the same thing, lifts it a little bit, makes it pop a little bit more. So that's another quick tip. And also, if you don't want to bother with any of this, just grab a tinted brow gel. Those work wonders. I love them. Just play around with different products until you find your favorite. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what type of videos you guys want to see next. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.